The journey is conversations with ordinary people about stories of transformation and how we may have had setbacks in our life and how we persevered through those, how we've learned from those obstacles, and how they've maybe helped us on our path today. Welcome to The Journey. My name is Kevin Polking, and I am the host of The Journey. And today we are reflecting on the month of May, which has been set aside as Mental Health Awareness Month. Now, as we've talked about many times, when a certain time period, either a day or a month, is put aside or recognized as a time to increase awareness around something, that definitely doesn't take away that we should the idea that we should only be thinking about ours or others' mental health during the month of May, that we should be thinking about it, exercising, and developing our mental health throughout the year. I think probably for me, the biggest thing is to differentiate between mental illness, which is a chemical imbalance or a response to some type of trauma or situation that is a medical condition, a diagnosis, in the category of a psychiatric diagnosis, where when I think of mental health, that is similar to physical health. And so when we think of someone having some type of illness, a physical illness or some type of ailment, maybe some physical condition, such as an injury, that would have a medical or a physical medical diagnosis similar to mental illness would be an aspect that would be a psychiatric diagnosis in response to certain symptoms over a certain amount of time fall into a particular category or cluster. Mental health, similar to our physical health, is really about, for all of us, what are we doing to develop and grow our physical health, um, increase flexibility, increase um, response to stimulation, uh, being able to have an increased stability in reaction time, to being able to have the stability along with that flexibility, strength, and endurance is all from a physical standpoint. And from a mental standpoint, having, as we've been talking about recently, a growth mindset, being able to, when we experience obstacles, that we see those as opportunities to grow and develop. And similar, at Four Corners, we talk about not just physical health and mental health, but we also talk about emotional health. Being able to acknowledge the emotions that I may be feeling at the time, and then what am I doing to regulate those emotions so that they don't uh, activate a narrative that would send and perpetuate more life-taking emotions and narrative, as well as spiritual development. What am I doing for my spiritual health? What am I doing to continually grow from a standpoint of my spiritual health? Do I think any of these things are individual or compartmentalized or siloed? Absolutely not. I think they may very well interact with each other as I'm doing something physically for my physical health and growth and development, that there is a mental and emotional as well as spiritual um, outcome of that. I just recently shared something um, regarding this particular uh, this particular quote. Gratitude doesn't change your mood; it transforms how you see your journey. The more you thank life, the more beauty you begin to notice along the way. Let me share that again. Gratitude doesn't change your mood; it transforms how you see your journey. The more you thank life, the more beauty you begin to notice along the way. So, as we are now moving through on a day by day basis through the month of May, acknowledging and recognizing that this is uh, set aside to to focus on and talk about mental health awareness and mental health development, I think a good place for us to start is this idea of gratitude. It isn't just about changing our mood, it's about being more open so that we can see the beauty along the way on our journey. And then when we do have an obstacle or setback, which is inevitably going to come, that we can, again, have a mindset of gratitude, even if it's difficult at the moment, because this is going to be a new teacher at this particular section or chapter in our life. Throughout this month, throughout the days of this month, intentionally thinking about what things can you do to grow and develop your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. As always, I appreciate you being here and look forward to being with you next week.